Before we took that break, we were having a conversation which we quite did not agree about. You thought, and you still think, that your parent, your dad hitting you was the best for you as a child in that case.
Yeah, in that moment. Yeah.
Why? Why do you say so?
Because, like I said, I was not doing the stuff right. I was lying, not going to school. What I was liking to do was to read. This I was doing it with no problems. But the rest I was not listening nothing. I was only lying and lying and lying and lying, one lie after another lie, and all the time like that. So in that moment I was like one animal.
Okay.
Really like one animal. I don't know. It's like I was not finding my way. Let's say it like this.
I think saying that you were just like, I know it's an example, it's just an analogy, but to compare the young you who was termed rebellious or disobedient, right, as an animal is too much of, it's not true, my opinion. Just let me explain what I mean. I agree with you. I see where you're coming from, that you were probably not following the lines. I mean, you were lying, you were doing so many immoral stuffs. But my approach will be, see, I believe that children first in the first place, everything that we do, that children do, even as adults, that we as adults do, or that we did as children, we learned it. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Because they learned it here. It was all picked up, it was all acquired.
I understand, but with me in that period, no matter if you was talking and you was trying to give me advices, or no matter what, when I was going out from the house and from all what my mom was telling to me, and my dad was already forget.
Who was your best friend at that age?
Oh, my best friend was the most smart girl in the class.
In the class?
Exactly.
Who was the closest person to you at that, generally, in your whole life, at that phase?
Yes, that girl.
That girl?
Exactly.
Okay, she was closer to you than your grandmother?
In that period, yes. My grandma, she was on the, how to call it? My grandma, she was special. And because she beat us when we was kids very
Yeah, but much later?
No, later she was not beating us. She was very sick.
She was sick, okay.
But she was having her way to talk. She was very funny.
She was funny.
Yeah, and she was all the time in helping us.
Did you listen to her at some point?
By example, when I was going to visit my grandma, I was never letting my ring in my nose.
That is exactly my point. You see, there was something your grandmother had over you that your dad did not have.
No, never.
Which was influence. Your grandmother had influence over you. She did.
Yeah, she
and that's
did.
why she had influence. And that's my point. See, the moment you raise up your hand and you start hitting your child, I'm not saying it's wrong to hit. I mean, I don't know how to, there are many forms of discipline.
He does much more than my dad when we was
when you were little, when you were young. But it gets to a point, I mean, people evolve. Why didn't she hit you at that age when your dad?
Because she was sick.
I don't think.
Oh, so. Trust me. She beat my mom till she grows up when she was younger. Oh, ho, ho.
And who listened more? Who do you think she had more influence on? Your mom or you?
On my mom.
Influence. Who do you think listened to her more later? Look at the way you talk about your grandmother. You talk about her from a place of love.
Me.
She had more influence.
Listening, yeah, on me.
That's my point.
My mom, she was not listening because she was saying
because the approach was wrong. And I strongly believe that. I mean, I believe that we're not here by happenstance. God is the creator of this universe. Every other person can disagree with me, but I believe there is God, and I believe that every single one of us exists for a purpose, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that God would not give you children that He would not be willing to help you to make their life turn out the best way. You know what I mean? It's like when let me give a clearer another. I know I understand that side. I understand that heaving. Now, Let me give an example. The moment we start talking, I believe that once you start getting out of your place of love, either via, for instance, I was spanked. I had days in my life where I was disciplined. I had times when I was disciplined by people who disciplined me out of anger, and I had people who disciplined me out of love. And even as a child, I could tell the difference. And that's what I want to say. When it is because of your own lack of self-control as an adult that you take a stick and you hit a child and you're disguising it as if you're telling the child, I don't want you to do this anymore, so I'm gonna hit you, I'm as well spank you. You know what I mean? The child knows what is really driving you. You know what I mean? He can sense it. It might not even be in their conscious, but in their subconscious, they know that this is fear-driven, not love-driven. And the only thing that really has influence is love. Because fear can make somebody do something. It can intimidate somebody into doing something, but it can't really change somebody. It can, for instance, maybe if your dad hit you well enough, maybe you would have stopped going to club. Maybe if he hit you repeatedly, just maybe. But the right way to truly change you and to make club not appealing to you would have been to understand why you were going. Try to see from your lens. You cannot influence somebody that you do not see from their point of view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, why is she doing this? She's just naughty. No, you were not naughty. You were naughty, but there was a reason. There was a sense of value you were getting from the club. That's the truth. From going with your friends, you know, sorry, I was going to switch again. There is a sense of value, you know what I mean? Yeah. That, okay, I go, it's cool, you know what I mean? But the truth of the matter is, if you could have tried to let you see that your sense of value was not outside, it was inside you. Like you know now you know, like you said, you don't need boys to tell you you're beautiful. You said that. You're a different person now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But if you could have helped you to see that much earlier, it's possible. I know that you're like, no, you would not have listened. But I'm telling you that if the right person with the right approach handle things differently at that time, things might have been a little different. And this is not to make you regret, because everything that you've been through has made you the woman that you are today, and you're a strong, beautiful woman, and I celebrate
Thank you.
You know, but this is for those people who are at home right now and still have little children or kids that they have influence over. They have much more better approach. Do not try to intimidate them to do what you want them to do. What you would do is that's all you get. You will never get to truly change them.
Yes, but my dad, by example, and my mom, they try with nice first. Very nice. To take me like, oh, he's not good. Oh, yes, he's not good. But me, I was still running from the house and going to the club. And I was saying like them, yes, he's not good. I won't. I promise, I swear it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't beat us from the beginning when they find out. They discussed between them, because I remember these stuff that happened.
Okay.
And they said how we will discuss with them, how we will explain them, ta. But, and they discussed with us. And after that, when happened the second time that they catch us,
then they spanked you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see where you're coming from, and I understand. Let's talk a bit more about now the moment you saw that he cheated. This club incidents happened before he cheated, right? Or after?
With the club happened before.
Before.
No. When he catch me, yeah, it was before to find out that he cheated my mom.
And when he cheated, how did you feel?
How to say? Me at that epoch, I was liking guys. I was liking to kiss today with one guy, tomorrow with another one, and ta. But in that moment, I was feeling like I am doing a great job. What I am doing.
Okay. All right.
Exactly this I felt. I said, "Puff, it's perfect for me. Really, it's perfect that I react like this." Because my friends from the school, they was wishing one relation with one guy to.
And you had the guy like.
Me, today I was kissing with another one, tomorrow in the pose with another one, in another pose with another one, and all that. I said, but me, I'm perfect. I have one perfect life. Like.
Intimidation or influence. The choice is ours, and so is the consequence.